Hello everyone, my name is Clifford Iroanya, and I come from Ironya. Ironya is in the old Olu province of the old eastern region of Nigeria, as was agreed to in the Lancaster House meeting prior to the Independence Declaration of Nigeria in 1960. Prior to 1966, before the incursion of the military in Nigerian geospace, Nigeria had a true federation. A federation is a union of constitutions. And as at January 1966, Nigeria had five constitutions, by the way, 4 regional constitutions and 1 federal constitution, which made Nigeria a true federation. This was toppled in 1966, and the final nail in the coffin of the Federation of Nigeria, as was agreed to in 1960, was nailed on the 27th of May 1967 through Decree number 14. This is Decree number 14, written and approved by Yakubu Gowon. And from 1967 till date, Nigeria never had a true federation. Nigeria has been governed, Nigeria has been led, Nigeria has been put in existence through various decrees. Decree number 14 that decreed the state into existence. We had what they call the 1979 Constitution, which was decreed into existence by General Olusegun Obasanjo. And on the 5th of May, 1999, General Abdulsalami Abubakar promulgated and signed Decree number 24, which is now called the 1999 Constitution, erroneously though. So, what is a constitution? A constitution is a union agreement. It means that the people that constitute that geospace or that country or that nation, they come together and agree on the terms of the union. And then they begin to work out how they will relate to each other. That is why it is called a constitution, because the constituent components, they come together to constitute the constitution. And then the next question is, how is a constitution made? A constitution is a 2-stage process. I repeat, it is a 2-stage process. The first stage is for the constituents to agree to be in the union. Then the second stage is to now begin to define the terms of that union. The other thing is, after doing all this, how is that document activated or brought into existence? It is brought into existence through national referendum. So the question now is, the so-called 1999 Constitution, which by the way is Decree number 24, does it pass through this test, or if subjected to these various aspects that I mentioned, can it stand? The answer is no, it cannot stand. And the funny thing is that Nigeria, with the prompting of their allies, the United Kingdom, and their agent, the Caliphate, the Fulani Caliphate, they have been embarking on election since 1999 after promulgating this decree. And expecting themselves to be considered as a democracy. Democracy is properly defined as a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. And there is no democracy without a constitution. That is why it is called constitutional democracy. In other words, it is a democracy that is based on the constitution. It is a democracy that is giving birth to by the Constitution. And so if you don't have a constitution, or if you have a fraudulent document, then you are going to have a fraudulent democracy. So there is no democracy. Running elections under a fraudulent document does not make that document a genuine one. I will assert that even the elections that we've been run since 1999 is like somebody walking into a barber shop, a saloon, to have a haircut, sitting down on that barber chair and running, turning round and round and round the circle. That is what Nigeria has been doing since 1999. And if you notice, things have been going from bad to worse, from frying pan to fire. Why? Because we have not gone to the root of the matter. We are supposed to have a properly made constitution. And then from that constitution, you begin to practice democracy. It is in the constitution that you have who will be president, the conditions for being a president, what is the tenure, what are the qualifications, and it is even the constitution that defines a country. It's the constitution that defines the structure of a country, be it administrative, judicial, and every aspect you can think of. So if you don't get the constitution right, everything goes wrong. And that is why we have been warning, we have been cautioning our people. Let us halt this journey to election after election after election. And let us step back and constitutionally reconfigure Nigeria. What does that mean? It means let us go through the two-stage process of constitution making. And to be able to do so, we have to have a transitioning body with constituent powers. What does that mean? A constituent power means power above any other existing law in that space. That's exactly what it means. Jonathan wanted to do something like that in 2014, but he couldn't because the body he set up did not have constituent powers. It cannot override Section 2, Subsection 1 of this fraudulent 1999 Constitution. It cannot override Section 3 of the fraudulent 1999 Constitution. That is why we need to have a transitioning body with constituent powers that will now begin the two-stage process of constitution making, which is, first of all, the first stage is to organize regional referendum. We have our regions. We have the northern region, we have the middle belt, we have the southwest region, and then we have the lower Niger region, which is now called the South and the Southeast. These regions will conduct a regional referendum to, first of all, find out if each of these regions agree to still come together and continue to be one union. If they do not, then they will be allowed to form whatever they want to form. I mean, I have a friend of mine who is from Ikeduru in his 90s. He happens to be in the same church with me. And he prefers Nigeria, he prefers the Southeast being in one Nigeria. He feels that South is better off. That is his opinion. He will be allowed to vote in a referendum. There are others who also think otherwise. But so what do? We organize the transitioning body will now organize the referendum for each region to make a decision whether to continue within the Nigerian Union or not. And when that decision is made based on the result of that referendum, they can now move forward to the second stage, which is sitting down now to write an agreement, or a union agreement, which is the constitution. We decide whether we're going to have autonomous regions. How do we want to organize ourselves? Is it by region or by state? It is not this one that northern military officers balkanize Nigeria into states, starting with 12. then 19, then 21, then 30, and then 36. All created by northern military officers without any input from anybody among the indigenous nations. Today, I'm being regarded as somebody from Imo State, but there was no time all the people from that area came together and decided to name themselves Imo State. There was no time any discussion was had among the citizens in that area to even agree to be included in that map called Imo State. It was all done through military brigandage, and it's not supposed to be so. Between 1959 and 1960, there was an agreement to agree to be together, as autonomous regions, and then answer the name we want to answer: Eastern region, Western region, Southwest region, and then later in 1963, the Midwest region. Today, we have 36 states that were created by northern military officers, disproportionately, with some having 44 local governments, while others are having just 8. That is not how things are done. Therefore, the Nigerian Indigenous Nationality Alliance for Self-Determination, NINA, is calling upon the indigenous nationalities within the geospace called Nigeria to rise up and work together to form this transitioning body that, with constituent powers, that will go into the constitutional reconfiguration of Nigeria in a 2-stage process, starting with regional referendum. It is after the regional referendum that we can begin to talk of sitting down to write a constitution based on the results of the regional referendum. Every information you need, everything you need about this transitioning process you can find it in the NINA's website, which is www.ninasvoice, one word. You put Nina, you put voice, VOICE, one word, ninasvoice.org. I repeat, www.ninasvoice.org. Every information you need, even the contact numbers and everything you need, they are all there. Go there, get information, take action, join the process so that we move into transitioning immediately. We cannot afford to continue wasting time turning round and round like somebody sitting on a barber's chair. It is time for transitioning, and that transitioning starts with regional referendum. Transitioning now so that we renegotiate the Union of Nigeria now. I still remain your friend, Clifford Iroanya, from Aro Ndionyemobi in Olo Province, Old Eastern Nigeria. Thank you, and God bless you.